BadMindtv, big up people. Big up people, BadMindtv, your community podcast. Big up to those passing in the early morning. And respect to the person who just liked the live as well. Big up yourself. Yes, Ras, me soon forward, you know, Rasta. Soon forward, man. Just doing a little topic on, I done a video yesterday about the churches in the community. Do we think that they've been getting money a long time and are nothing now go on? They might get money from way back and nothing now really, you know. Them kinda semi soon forward. Best me can say, we will endeavor. When we reach, it will be between the hours of 2 and 5, yeah, between that the section there, you know. So if you see there's a knock and say, yo, who that? To say, yeah, man, they say between 2 and 5, you know. And yeah, that's the best we can do, so you know, say me, cause yeah, big up people in the life, big up. Yeah, them time there between 2 and 5, yeah, whoosh. Big up to the people in the live. If anybody is not watched my channel yet, you might be new here today, go and look at my content. And there's over 200 videos there for you to go and view or look at or whatnot, you get me? To do with the community in some way, shape or form. The last video is about the churches. And you know, I've noticed that other religions don't have to give them people no money. You don't have to go there. And I've been to mosque, good few times, and they've never asked me for nothing. Let me say that again. Me go a mosque and they've never asked me for nothing, you know. They never look at me with them long face. I tell me about, oh, I push up plate pan on me if you put money in. They never do that to me. I'd never been inside a Sikh temple, but when I go around by them, they never ask me for nothing. Just saying. So why is it when we go to church that they're pushing this pan in front of your face and look pan you like to say put in something? Like you ain't no, it's like you're not a proper Christian if you don't put no money in there's something there. It's like you're not a proper Christian, you're not a true believer if you don't put no money in there's something there. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right, man. It's not right. Yeah. If anybody agrees who's thinking, feel free to disagree or agree, obviously. There you go. Yeah, you don't. When you go around them, they don't ask you for nothing, and them still have pretty. You know what? As well, I've noticed with their churches and their good warriors, them is the most prettiest and beautiful places to worship, and they must have cost a lot of money to make in the first place. Yeah, we are run off our old church. We did it from all long, never get no renovation. Yeah, yeah, and still, they want money. So where does the money go? I reckon when their people get their money from it's like a donation and they use the money. Oh, let's build something down there. Let's do that, or let's renovate that the place. Them always renovate them building. Always have them people out there do some kind of plastering up, you know. You know what I mean? So you can see where your money goes. Where does the money go in the church? In the community churches, in the ghetto, where the money go? Huh? What's the money for? Do a recording. I'm gonna phone 10 churches in the ghetto. I'm gonna ring them and ask to speak to the head pastor. I'm gonna ask them what they're doing for the community. And I'd like to know how much do you get in offering a week. I'm gonna record it as a video watch. I'm gonna ring them and say this is BMTV, a community activist and support for the community. And I am asking you, how much does offering bring in a month? Now, if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to, but that shows the general side of it if you don't want to tell me. If you don't say what it really brings in, what's it bringing in average? And I'm not doing it because I'm pocket watching. I'm basically saying, out of that money, you can't buy 2 pick-me shoes. You can't buy a pick-me shirt. Huh? You can't put some money for your youth to go to university. So you know what, we're going to take some of our funds and pay for one youth to go to uni of a congregation. So a man can say, yo, that church down there put me on. You know what I noticed with the Muslim them as well? You see, if you're homeless, you can go to them, you know, and they'll put you up on the floor. I know that to do it. And then go at the mosque and say, yo, Imam, I'm homeless, you know. And they let you in and give you one sheet to lie down pan ground. And then they probably give you some work down the road and say, yo, we have a shop down there. Go down there and tell the man, say, me teach you. And you go down the sweep up and whatever. And you get a meal, ever. And some fresh clothing to wear. But you can't go to church. You can't go to a church at this time of night and somebody answer the door and let you in and put you pan ground. If me was homeless right now, I can go to Green Lane Mosque. Tap, 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 tap. And one of the brothers will open the door. I say, Assalamu alaikum, brother. How can we help you? I say, yo, me homeless. Come inside, brother. There was a come inside, my brother. Somebody's all places there. So, like I said, if anybody wants to add, please feel free. But this, I don't know, I've already covered this, so I'm just recapping in case anybody wants to talk to me about the video. Also, people, if you watched any of my content and you want to actually ask me about my content or ask me about a video, feel free to do that. You might have watched a video never to understand what I meant or whatever. This is the time when you kind of got me, where you can say, whoosh, what did you mean by that, or what's this, or, you know. Yeah, big up to the people that have liked the live as well. Big up yourself. Good, well on there, well on. You know what? That's a good point. Yeah, it's almost like we have to rent it, innit? We have to rent it still. That it doesn't belong. Yeah, it's rented or yeah. I think it's rented still. The only people I think I know that own it here is me have some people at ghetto, have a church, my family them, distant family, and they've had that right through my whole life. So and it's been through the bloodline, like passed down through. So I don't know if that one is. I just get the feeling so that one is, but there's not many. There's not many still. There's not many. And I only say that because the side of my family what have it, that is the side we have them have money within the bloodline. Them have yeah, from ear to yard them have, you know what I mean? The high achievers. So I would just assume that it would be their building just because them have it like that. Collectively. Although them funds never did filter down to the poor ones that end up in the bloodline still. It never filter down, you know? So it go. But we never look, no, we never walk with long hand and look things from people. Yeah, it's true, you know. That's just another thing. It's not ours. So yeah, so that means it goes towards the bills. I understand that they got lighting to pay, they got heating, they got council tax. But I'm sure that because you're a church and you're for the community, that you get grants and that. I'm sure you get a grant, or you can put it on an LLC or a business and pay. Yeah, there's a way of doing it. If you're doing things like that, you know, so there's corners you can go around, you know, or whatever to get the, you know. So if you're getting regular offering, I mean, say every Sunday they get a grant every Sunday. They have a mid-service Bible study in the week. So let's say they're bringing in £1,500 a week. Yeah, let's say 1,500. Yeah, so a week. That no £6,000 a month. That's £6,000 every month. Now, even if you were paying rent on that building at £2,000, that's your rent. And your bills them for the building come to £1,000. Just saying, you know, this is high level, yeah? And you don't get no support from the government, which you should do because you work for the government if you're a pastor. So you get £3,000. So where's the other £3,000 going? Because you can't pay staff. Then again, I'm sure a pastor that's his job. So you get that as a wage, but don't you get paid from the government for being a pastor? So the offering's extra, that's hustling money. So the offering, you spend £3,000 out of it a month for bills. So you're still left with 3K. How come that 3K? And then when you times that by 12 months, that's a lot of money, you know. And it never reaches the community. It never, ever, ever reaches the community. Ever. Then again, there's a George Street Church down at Lazel's there. I think they do a soup kitchen, I think, every one day a week. A soup kitchen. But what's that gonna take to do? That's only 5 bills worth of meat and whatnot. You know? Spend £500 on the meat once a week. So they're doing something. But it's one day. You know what I mean? So they must starve the rest of the week before that one day they come. But yeah, it's still something. That's the only church I could find that does anything, you know that. Yes, they do little holidays for the youths and little things like go at Blackpool and them little places, but that's not really doing nothing for the community. It's not really gonna have no where we can say we can depend on our churches. That should be our support mechanism in the community. And it's not, it only supports you if you go there and worship. Me no go at church. Yeah. Me stop go there from my picnic. Yeah. So if I go there and I wanted some help, they're gonna expect me to be part of the community of the church to get the help. So you're not really there for the community. You're only there for the ones who in line with what you're on. Doesn't anyone get what I mean? You're only there for the ones who are aligned with what they're on. I'm for the community, I don't business. Me for the community. I said I'm gonna spend the rest of my time being for the community and building up this towards for the community. And by God willing, yeah, BadMindtv, aka BMTV, will be there as a stature of the community for the sufferers them and those who come from poverty. And that we there for. We there for the sufferers and those who, you know, grew up with a little and whatever comes with that. That's what we're here for. What them there for? We got to the people them in the life. Desmond Jado. Is that the one who said about the council tax that we're not supposed that we he's got that who's that man? He's a bishop in it. Do you know the man there? That brown skin man. He's a bishop in it. I don't know, he's not that man, I don't think, but he just said. But there's him as well, yeah. There's him, that bishop, he's telling us not to pay because we now get our rights. They're taking our money, but they're not giving us our they're not giving away liberty. Yeah, they're not giving us our liberty, which is the thing what we deserve, which we deserve to have cleanness because we are play for cleanliness. So them have we live like dog at Birmingham right now. But I've always said it. We always live like dog down here. That's what them have we. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, them people. You said they got something there. I don't pay TV license. Yeah, me not pay for water, cause it come from the sky. That don't make no sense. It never did. It never make no sense to me mother neither. Yeah, TV license. I'm not gonna pay for that, cause that's something where you did bring out kind of new. I'm sure that wasn't around in the 70s in there. When my family them did young, that wasn't around TV license. They brought that out. Cause I remember when you used to have to put pound in TV. Who remembers them something there? There was days we had to put pound in TV if you watch TV. Now when the money done the TV turn off. They don't know about them days. They don't know about real suffering. Yo, they don't know about real suffering. Does anybody remember when you put pound in TV? Or it was 50 pence, some of them was 50p. Yeah? Yeah? Because I remember my granddad had one and he would just go kudung, 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 kudung. And you see when it's full up, yeah? When it's full up, you have to wait for the people them to come and empty the thing, you know. So if it's full up and then it run out at night, you still couldn't watch TV because they gotta come and empty the money out of it. How about that? I'm sure it was like that. Because you couldn't take the money out of it because then that's for the people them. Whoever comes to empty the box. I'm sure it was like that. But yeah, man, them there. Yeah, yeah, you have to do that. No, listen, whoa, 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 whoa. No worry about that, yeah? Because them TV was running right up until certain people had them TVs, you know. Even when TV stopped take pound, some people never changed their TV, you know. So even when we had it where you plug it in the socket and it just run, just normal off your electric, them still putting money in their TV. But yeah, man. So what do you think about the church thing? Me again. What do you think about what I'm saying? Do you think that they've been getting money for a long time and not Nagwan? It's the biggest scam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's almost like yeah. It's almost yeah. It's a yeah. It's the biggest. You see when you question it. Say I was to walk into a church on Sunday, catch them at the end, just as they finished up. Don't interrupt the deliverance, and say to them, I am BMTV, and I just wanted to ask, and I asked this question amongst the congregation. You know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say that a disbeliever has walked in here to question, and they're going to start drawing out scriptures for burn me out of the church. That's what they're going to do. They're going to revert to scriptures to say, these are the ones from that will come and try and mislead the people, them and I'm not telling no one not to believe. Me believe in Christ. Praise ye Jah. But hear what? Where's the money going? That's all I want to know, you know. Just want to know where the money there. And now these little Mickey Mouse churches now, yeah, kangaroo church, them call it. Yeah, where's the money going, man? Do you know like that? And you know what I heard? That they take their money and they do things in the yard. They don't do nothing over here with it. It's like they do things over yard with it, build up a big house and mansion and, you understand me? And then just keep it nice. And when they go back home, they're nice. That's what they do. That's why we don't see nothing. We never see the building. Same old dusty building, same old chairs. Half of the chairs them got holes in. The bench rub out on the bench. You have to sit down on the cushions them. Rough. Yeah. Serious, man. It's bad out. It's bad out, yeah. It's bad out here, man. The way our systems got us here, the way we live, is absolutely, it's despicable, you know. And I mean, you know, and when I say that, you know, I mean in the way like, just the things that we put up with and go with, it's just serious. Even the Englishman church. Let's say the Englishman. They don't have to give offering. I'm sure I've been to one of them Catholic church there before. You know, the red wine and the little biscuit thing with them give you. Yeah? I don't know if anybody's been through them little, we call them thing the ritual. Yeah? Them sometimes, if you go to prison, they do them things in jail. Yeah? Say you have a brethren and you say, yo, me have a draft, you know, but you have to go link me down at the down there. Yeah? At the chapel. You end up go to their service, innit? You go to that kind of, they do all that singing thing, yeah? And at the end, they come with the little, it's not wine the gear, it's like a little red juice. And then they crack the biscuit, yeah? That there, when they've done that, they never ask for no money. They never go out with offering. Why is it that ours the only place where you are made to come to bring money? So imagine you're broke. Imagine you're broke. You go there, you're broke, you know, broke like dog. But you just want to go and pray to Jesus and ask Jesus for help. You want to say, Jesus, help me, mommy broke. But to go and praise Jesus and ask, you got to pay some money. What on, man? Does anyone see what I'm on about? To go and ask Jesus for help, yeah? To get our money, you got to pay. Oh my God. You lot don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You know, they don't get me. I'm different. Yeah? Yeah? Because I think that's the biggest out of all the thing. Because you see, I'm a proud man. And if I go to church and I was broke that day, just that week, like, you know, say, church is Sunday, but you don't get paid till Monday. Yeah? So you only broke for a couple days. You're all right. You can go on. Yeah? And then, but me want to go to church just to, you know, but the pastor gonna look upon me. Now you've been paying all these years. How do you refuse the trade when it comes to you, knowing that you're an high spender? Cause if I was going to church, we want to make sure we put good money in that there, cause I'm in that world. So I'm not going there with less than £20 per offering. Come on, yeah? Me not going with less than a 20, yeah? So say I go there coming going for years, every week, 20, £80 a month I spend on church. So I spend £100 a month on church. And this week me broke. What do I do? What do I do? Because I'm gonna stand out then, because I always pay. So they're gonna run over to me like, yo, go to BadMindtv, because him always give a little extra. And this week, how do I shun it off? How do I say, oh, me broke this week, you know, or do I just say, oh, I left my wallet in my car? They'll tell you, go in your car, go get your wallet. What are you gonna do? Could someone give me an excuse, yeah? I've come to you now and I've said, yo, listen, I passed something around. Yeah, right, sir. You're going to say, yeah, man, me good. And I'm looking at you with them wide eye there. You know, when the eyeball wide, I'm looking in your face now for you to put the money in the thing. Yeah? What do you say to me to get away with that? Remember, everybody I look panny, you know, you're sitting next to people. So it's not like you can say it's sneaky. It's not like you can go, yo, sister, we brought this weekend, or can you sit in there? Listen, that's how they get you. I've just worked it out. Once you started paying, yeah, that's how they get you. You can't go church and not pay, really, can you? Because they're going to make you feel funny in the church. If you say you go there every week, you got excuses why, you know, oh, you sit at the back out the way. They're going to get you one day. Because I'll try and go there and do that. Then I'm going to be the Mr. Ginal. I'm going to go there. I'm going to Ginal the thing. Yeah. I'm going to Ginal up the place. So every week, yeah, blah, blah. See me. You see, if I know you're taking the mick out of me, we go there with fake papers, you know, and give our fake papers, you know, there's something there. And if I go say, yo, every week somebody will give me £5 money. All kinds, they throw kinds in there, yeah? What's foreign money? Whether it mean nothing. Don't mess with me, man. No, I ain't gonna get no blessings for that, am I? Because they're gonna say, whoever, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna stand up on the thing and say, you see somebody are coming to this church, yeah? And they might give me money what is not authentic, yeah? And they're gonna burn me out. They're not gonna know it's me, but they're still gonna burn me out. So how do you get around it then? Because you know it's a bag of mix up. It's not right. So either you're gonna go then end up being a ginal, yeah? Or you know that one day you forgot your wallet at home, you're gonna look like you're gonna make embarrassment. Brother James never bring in wallet this week. What happened to brother? I think they call you out for it. Brother Paul never bring him in money this week. What happened to brother Paul? Please don't forget your wallet next week, brother, because we need the money in the church. That's what they'll say to you. I don't think you understand. I swear to God, it's the biggest scam. And I'm thinking, how do I wanna kind of attack it? I want to address it. Yeah, I want to address it. If I can get an interview, if anybody knows that man with the tax business, I want to interview with him, you know, because him is a bishop. That's something to do with, that's Babylon system, innit? And a bishop of Babylon system. Yeah, so he's kind of in them world, innit? Yeah. So I want to talk to him and say, can you answer me? Because you seem like a fair man. Yeah, you kind of send me for the community. I want to ask you, what does all the money get used for? That's all I want to know, you know. I'm not saying they're not supposed to get no money. I want to know what's it used on and why is it that it never seems to see them do that? Because, oh, the church don't necessarily do that. Even when you have funerals or you have like christenings, they don't even say, all right, then we're going to put some money towards your wedding or whatever. They still charge you top whack prices to have your blessing at their churches. So they don't even help the community to say, you know what, we do half price for people from the community who's getting married, or you know, you have some kind of, you need to pass on your people them, or you need to go on to Christian, be a new youth. We kind of give discounts for the community, and there's nothing, everything is long and dry mouth. That's how they stay. And I'm not disrespecting the people, because I got people in the church and I don't want them to, they could be listening to me right now and saying, oh, you might go on, so Ray. Well, auntie, if you're listening, uncle, it gone too far. Sorry, it gone too far. I want to get things for too long. And I don't business as simple as, and them I go hit me feet, but so it go. Some churches do pay for poor parishioners. Oh, poor parishioners. Oh, parishioners. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. That's the people that's in there. That's it. You see, you look after your own, innit? What you just said, they're parishioners, that's people that are kind of intertwined with what they're on. What about the man down the road? What about the man who's not even on what you're on? You know what? Remember, as a church don't like Rasta people, you know. They're not really into, yeah? So, there was a thing years ago where they used to kind of reject them people. It was kind of, they'd reject them. They say, oh, them no good. And Ray. So, what about the Rasta down the road then? He believes in God. Yeah? He might believe in number 6 from the book, But you know, he might have some scriptures what they follow, not all, but some. So what about the Rasta? Huh? So you're not gonna help him though, because him and I wanna with people. I heard when you go church, yeah, and you see if you're not from the community, say I walk past a church on Sunday and I can hear the singing and the clapping and the praise Jesus, and I walk up, you know something? We walk some of that, man. Me swore need to soak some of that. When you walk in there, you know, they're gonna look at you like something's wrong with you. Like where you are, do ya? Yeah? They ain't gonna call, hello, brother, are you okay? They're not gonna do that, you know. They're not gonna look at you like you's one wild dog walk up in them church. You've gotta get in first. You gotta get, it's like a gang. It's like a gang. You can just join a gang to then everybody's gonna friend you up. There's gonna be some man who's gonna be a bit like, yo, I don't know that boy. Then they're gonna have to get used to you first. So it's not like it's like they say it's cults almost now. It's a bit cultish. You're there for everyone. You have to prove that you know what I mean. If you ain't been in there and you ain't said a couple of hallelujahs from the crowd, yeah, but you go in there and you ain't kind of, you know, you have to say something. I praise him, hallelujah, yeah. You might even me can speak tongues, you know, but you wouldn't know that, would you? Me speak tongues from Picnic. But you gotta get into the crew. The balaclava, you know. Yeah, now obviously, yeah, I get yeah, because obviously that wouldn't be acceptable. They probably think we come to rob a church. But yeah, like I just feel, does anyone agree with what I'm saying though? Can you imagine? I know, imagine. You know that. You know. You know. Yeah, but when any one of them are, they're gonna, yeah, they probably phone the old bill. They probably phone the old bill straight away. Yeah, I probably walk in there. They think it's the end of times. So yeah, so you know, I'm really like, I'm kind of just, I'm kind of like, yeah, the churches, them man, they're not for everyone, and I've got to realize that now, and because of that, I'm kind of, I mean, I've noticed that the other cultures, they're for everybody, they're for everyone. Even the Indian them place, they will not say them they want with them data, but they will still call you and say, are you okay, brother? Would you like to come inside? They will still, them off deal with the homeless, them. The ones, they deal with them and they come and they get them food at the door and all this. Yeah? You don't see no churches doing that. You don't see no churches doing that. You don't see no churches going out giving out cross buns to the homeless. So cross bun and a cup of tea, you know? You don't even see that. I mean, how much it cost to go to Lidl and buy some hot cross bun from Lidl? Like 30 packs from Lidl. Yeah? Couple bucks of cheap tea. Yeah? Yeah? Cheap tea. Not no Thai one, you know. Bless. You know what bless? Yeah? Whoosh. Go down there. Not even on a proper use powder milk, quite cheaper. Yeah? Whoosh. They don't even do that. That's cheap, you know. I would do that still, but you know something, Star. At the end of the day, yeah, you can't help some people, you know. Because you know what I heard with the homeless is that they choose to live like that, you know. When the day came when they was presented with homelessness, they never really did do anything. Because let me tell you this, if me lose my property tonight where me live, you know, no say, when me go at that council office, you know, they have to put me somewhere. Listen, there's no way that a human being's gonna come to me and tell me, he said, why, there's nothing you can do, you know. You have to go sleep running back at Aldi's wrong there. Are you crazy? Listen, me broke into empty house and sleep, you know. Me's not that guy. Me's a warrior child. There's no way that you gonna tell me that me have to go sleep outside at Greg's. No, listen, it's a lifestyle. Don't you understand? They chose that, you know. It's not, Is that because I asked this, yeah? How come so much people, yeah, homeless, and then just look like they can't tend to they don't even look like they got it. As long as you give them money, you know, them happy. They don't look like, oh, we have got through things and not really. I heard that people have gone to them and said, do you want me to put you up? And they said, no man, I'm all right. You got a tenner. They just want a tenner so they can go buy them thing. They don't care about they don't care about the luxuries of life it done. Yeah? They get used to their body acclimatizes to the cold. Them learn how to live. Them learn cardboard on the floor stops the connection to the ground for your bones and that. They know it's a way of life. It's not nothing with it. So I kind of don't feel like going out and yeah, it's nice for people who do them little soup kitchens and that. Big up them. But for me, I think that some of them that are coming, it's a chosen lifestyle because why don't you go down the council office and ask for help? And a lot of them don't have no ID neither. They don't have any ID. So that means you've never really been part of society. Because everybody should know, if you don't even have a bank account or you ain't even got a driving license or a passport, one of those three main pieces of ID, you've just been living with no cause. You just been here. Ain't? Because you ain't even gonna got your you ain't got no form of papers to them. You know what I mean? For show for ID to do things. So when you want it, remember to get housing, you have to have ID. They have to know who you is. That's what a lot of them. I never went for nothing like that. So what was you doing with your life before that? Before homelessness, what was you doing? I tell you what you was doing. You was annoying people. Yeah, you was annoyance, and then brush you off. You was just dead there. So that's how. So I don't really, you know what I mean? No, you know where I'm coming from, fam. You know where you was just dead there. So because not even little paperwork never achieved. That's why they must send enough away back a yard as well, you know. Cause we come here, never get no papers, just there, you know. Never fully integrated to where you was. And now them are not pan door. I say, yo, you're there, you know. If you go home, you never get no papers. Whoosh. Yeah? So this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that in all corners, that laxness of just, you know what I mean? Laxness of living like that, you know. That laxness, man. So, yeah, I feel sorry for them to be in that situation. But you know, like that, I feel, I mean, it's true. I feel sorry for, yeah, I feel sorry for them being in that situation. But at the same time, like, you know, you must can get, you know, you had time to do things in your life. You had time, you had time to do things, get your liquid disc, get a provisional. You can get that, cost you 70 quid. And then you got ID. Just for a minimum. So, you know, it's like that, mate. It's like that. So I'm gonna listen out for the video on the churches. I'm gonna have to go for them. I sound funny, but yeah, it sounds, yeah, it does. It sounds probably to like there and have a giggle. But you know what? It's true that a lot of things that people go through is self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. It's like people who depend on substances. Them always want you to feel sorry for them. And you know what I notice as well? That when you go places like prison, you know, these people get looked after. And I always say to them, I always used to say to them, yo, who no look after a junkie them, you know? And what about the man them who carry themselves correct? Who don't want to know nothing to do with me. But soon as a man say, oh, me smoked something last night and me sick, officer. They run to him, are you okay? This and that, take them quite health care, then getting the good treatment down there, put them in a room with a TV, foot up till them get better. They get welfare, yeah, just for smoke, but them choose to smoke pipe, you know, it's them. You know what I mean? It's them, but they always get love and care. When they chose to burn food, they chose to do what they're doing. This is what I'm saying. It's a trick out here, man. You know, I always said, you see, England, let me tell anyone who's listening, so you know. You see, if you're a functional person in this country, you're in a body, them only love you if you play you're sick. You see, if you have some kind of ailment, you have anxiety, you don't like to go around people, you don't like certain things, you don't like certain food, they will love you and look after you. They like you when you know good. You see, when you know good and you admit by saying, yo, me upon this, me have problem, they will love and care for you and you got everything. They might give you a cure, yeah? But you see, if you're a person who's always about it and you're always on stuff, they don't want to know you. You know, buddy? Yeah? You know, buddy? Yeah, true, man. You know, buddy. If you look after yourself and you're self-maintaining, just a self-maintaining, yeah. Um, yeah, they ain't gonna, you ain't got no access to nothing, man. Like I said, with the same thing. So, and then there's us now, because remember, we grew up in societies where there is a lot of things, yeah. And I think I done this channel not for fame. No, I'm not like no one else. I don't care about the money. Something needs to be done. Yeah. Someone has to talk. Somebody has to say something. Even if only 10 people listen, at least somebody heard. Because not for the things that I on my contact, not people not on my contact, a lot of people have been through, yeah, or they know about, but no one doesn't talk about it. And I think it's a lonely life, you know, to know things in your art, but you never heard no one else mention it in a public place. That's a loneliness, but you didn't have the strength and the courage as a man or a woman to stand up and before the people and say, yo, me know about it, you know. Yes, and that's what my channel is. It's the voice of the peoples, them who got through it or whatever, and then it's just to hear someone else talk about it, and through that might bring a togetherness when you realize, so, oh, you got through that as well, and then the next man say, yo, and me as well, you know, and me know about that, and rare, and then together we become, you know, a bit more workable with each other. Ain't the community tired? You're not tired, man. Ain't my community tired? I'm surprised that we can get up and function now. And I'm not tired and drained, just in your skin as a black person in society. Don't you feel drained? Every corner you turn, the door shut upon you. Any little corner. No, you're a person of color. No, we don't. It's just everywhere you something. Even we own woman give you problem. There's no peace for us, you know. And then the last place where they told you about this man called Jesus, yeah? Yeshua, yeah? Jesus, yeah? And all the names and descriptions. Even when you want to go there, you got to pay our people to praise him. That means, you know what that's like? That's like me being on the door of a club and I'm charging you to come in the club, yeah, to party. It's the same thing with the church. It's like a dance. You got to pay to go in the music playing there, yeah? So, you know, like people jump around. It's not like a party, but you know, there's beeline sometimes come out at church certain time. But to go and sit down and enjoy that, you gotta pay. So it's kind of like there's no way for us to get no peace on this planet. I said this, I'm the only man to say this that I know of. There's nowhere on this planet where there's peace for a black man, where you can get peace where we inhabitate. So say you go to a certain country and it's a black country, can you fully have peace there when you start make money and you go buy one little something, go buy one little Audi, go buy one little rare, and then all of a sudden now they've start watching and bad mind you. So no matter what, so there's nowhere we can have any, you know where we can have peace? If we go to other people's countries, get involved, earn our respect from them, and they will say, hello, morning, Badmind TV, good to see you, how are your family? That's what you'll get. When's the last time you see a person see her from our community and they see and go, oh, you people? No, this is big people do it. But in the middle ages of the community to the young, we never ask how your family are or how's your business going. We never ask you nothing. We're one wicked people, you know. We are one wicked people collectively. We on the run, come and check you when you're in a box. When you're in a box, we're all there. Yeah? I don't understand that. That's another video I got. Go and look at that video about we've got an obsession with funerals. Everything I say is real because it all goes round to each other. Everything is connected. We're a dysfunctional people. You know that we're that dysfunctional, yeah? Someone said to me the other day, do I want to get involved in a community centre? And I said, no, I don't. And he said, why, man? I said, these kids, you can't put them together. You put 20 kids together, we've just created a gang. We're going to either create we're going to either create a gang of 10 on each side in the same community centre, or there'll be one gang beefing with the community centre down the road. He said, you can't put us together. We do not work together. We produce negativity. We don't connect to us and get nothing positive out of us together, especially the kind of people you're talking about, like street people. He said, you're better off getting them and dealing with them individually. Boss them in what you need to do is boss them in righteousness. Let the other youth see that, yo, look how that man there, they took him, that company, and look at him now. My man dress up nice. My man have him nice to car, him have him girl, him look good, and they'll look and think, yo, and you'll see them come to and go, yo, big man, can you help me get on that course to get out the streets, blood? Car, seen that youth down there, and he just drive past us now, don't even look pan we. That's what you need to do, set by example to them. I lived it. There's no way you, yeah, can bring 20 youths in a community centre and think that they're all going to get on together and them are going to have one love and respect. It's going to be a gang. Or you're going to have a homicide on your premises. That's what's going to happen. Somebody stamp on a man's foot and then go bring burner in there and burn him because him stamp on his foot and never said sorry. I told him no, and they was arguing against me, saying no, it was good for us because them times we was a bit softer. Not softer. We was, because I think badness has always been the same to me. Anything what you hear just seems normal to me now. But there was a time when the bad man then would think, there was more thinkers, a bit more workable. Yeah, that's why you could have community centres. And a lot of gangs were formed from community centres, but no one don't want to talk about it because you have to gather together first, realize, we're all on badness. Yeah. And then from once you realize that we are upon badness and we can take each other's company, we might as well make a gang. Yeah. We're now with the community centre crew. Yeah. We're community crew. Yeah. Community gang. And that's it. There you're out there. Look at juggling, look at beef, look at money I make, and that's it from there. So you can't make us come together. Nothing. You can look at that DJ AG. He does things, yeah. All he does, that DJ, you know, anyone know him off TikTok and he's thingy. He's very big up DJ AG. He does like music, and then he got stars. He gets artists coming on the street. Now, even those things, he done a video the other day. And a youth come and stood up in front of him and started MCing. So he's turned off the music and says, yo, brother, we have respect around here. And the man's ignoring him, still MCing in front of like my place this. Yo, me I gotta do my lyrics over your talking. And I felt that was bad. And he had to say that we can't even come together and just have a nice vibe. Look at us. Even he was saying it himself. Now, I can't do them things because I got no head, yeah. And let me tell you something, if I was doing something for the community like that and you turn your back on me like that in that way to discredit me like that, my show's done from that day, you know, something I go happen. I tell you, I couldn't do it. My head would take me up. What's he doing? Because I'm promoting goodness. You can never, remember I said, good can never go against, evil can't go against good, you know. When you go against it directly, good will always prevail. That's why I believe in righteousness. You can also be a bad man and still have righteousness in your delivery of how you do badness, you know. There's a righteousness to it, and that's been eliminated from the youth them now. There's no more righteousness in badness again. A man will say, no, you can't do that. In might, and you could say, a man will say, yo, we want to do that, and a man say, nah, don't do that, fam. No, don't do that. And a man would advise against, even though him a bad boy too. But now, nobody can't tell nobody nothing. No one can't even give no one no advice. So when a man's about to do something, I don't even think they've got a brethren go, nah, don't do that, fam. Then just go and go do it. They're just gonna go and do it now, innit? Because there's no righteousness again. We ain't got none. There's no righteousness left in the community. It's really bad, you know. And I think when you believe to what you go and you believe and you know it and you kind of know, then that's how you can talk. You can't talk if you don't know. Me know what it is now. It's gone to the depths of thingy. Like, I feel so. I'm glad I'm not a youth. I'm glad I'm not a youth in this time right now. I am so glad I'm not a youth because the way my head is right as well. Me not the no. Me would not no. Not in these times. Yeah. Nah, you can lose your 3 points now for going to the shop and get just for going to the shop to buy a credit for your phone. You're dangerous. But it always was. But you could still navigate. I don't think you can navigate now. I'm glad I'm not a youth now still. I'm so glad. I think it's a horrible time to live if you're young and black. Horrible. One of the most horrible times of our existence in England. Would anyone else agree? I think this is the worst times of our existence in this country. And I'm sure the British people would agree. The worst is nothing ain't worse than how we're living right now. Nothing. We're in a public emergency. We are in a state. Oh yeah. I don't know if Ras, if you're still there, you're still listening. I want to give out some best to the youths, them, My mission is, as God give me strength, man, to fulfill my dreams and my ambitions. And I want to give out some best to the youth, them. Just in the public, but I want them to be able to bring parents, to try and get some harmony between the mother and the son. Yeah. So rather than I'm just giving them out to the youth, them in the street, and a thing like, and they run off to go to their gang to say, yo, I got a vest from BadMindtv, nobody can't trouble me now, I got my vest. I don't want it like that. I want you to come with your mum. So when you get the vest, say, yo, we don't want no more if you go, We gotta try and save a little from a lot. I can't save everybody, but if I can buy 500 best that me want do, yeah. So I've also put a thing up here. I'm gonna buy some, yeah. My mission to try and spend a £500 on some vests, yeah. I'm gonna show the community on YouTube, and if anybody wants to donate more to get more, donations are accepted. Me not ask nobody for nothing. I'm saying, yeah, that the option is open for people to donate for these youths to get a vest that they can go and wear to school, that they can have. But it's not like the ones what you see debt collectors with or bad man with. It's going to be one that goes like it zips up like a jacket under your clothes. So it's not something that you can see they're wearing. Otherwise, that don't make no sense, does it? So it's going to be a discreet vest, yeah? Now, them around, me I find them between 15 quid. Yeah? So I'm trying to bring it. So and that shows people that me something can we take it out of my own funditure, because I think that we've gone that far now. We can't talk to them and tell them anyone who's walking around now telling you still in 2026, why are you in a gang? Yo, listen, just shut your mouth. Stop walking around telling you that to be in gangs. That talk's irrelevant now. We're past all that. Badness gone too far. What we need to do is make actions. The only thing I can think of, remember, I spend a lot of my hours thinking about my community. Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks about my community more than me in the UK. No, I can't say that. That's the thing. Yeah, I shouldn't say that, because there's other people who do works, like the fathers in London, the dads, the community fathers, a group of rastas, and they that. But they're walking around on that, trying to take things off youths. If you take that youth shank off him, he's just gonna go down the road and get another one. You take him burner, he's just gonna go and buy another one or get another one from someone else. Especially if he's already active, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is say, yo, listen, let him know that you know what it is. A lot of these youths just probably just want to hug, If you was to go up to one of them youths, they say, yo, brother, you want to hug? You know, hug, man. Yeah? And you hug him. He probably, like, that's all they want to do, want to hug. They just want to hug some of them, They've never had a proper hug. Yeah? They've never had a proper hug, somebody, how we grow, them dog what you keep out of garden. I know some people that used to have a dog when I was a youth, and the dog's never been in the house. Does anyone know like that? I knew a couple people, and them dog never even stepped one paw in their yard. It get by and go straight to garden, and it live there, so yeah. That's how a lot of us grew up. So you don't get no love, you don't get no nothing, because you just a dog in our garden. Yeah, dog. That's right. Russ, enough me just not hype. Yes, Yes, you know what? From long time though. Big up, yes, big up Ras Ira from long time. Yeah, yeah, for real. I would say that from real. I'm testament to that. You've always been for the youth, them. Yes, I agree, 100%. I support that. Yes, I support that. I've said it before in previous thing from long time before me even see you forward in this life. I've mentioned doing them kind of thing there already. So yes, I sponsor that 100%. But there's not enough of Ras Iras. There's not enough. There's not enough. And then when you say you're not loud about it, mate, as well, I suppose it's one thing to be big-headed, but also to know, to let people know, like, yes, this is what we're doing, this is what we do, and without feeling like, you see, that's what the community does. If you're doing something good, Ras, what they'll do is make you feel like you're being big-headed for promoting what you do, but shouldn't you people have to know what you do as part of doing it, innit? A part of doing, if you're doing good things, you should be, you don't notice, our community is lovely to promote badness. You walk around and say, yo, I mean, shot Jimmy down the road the other day, you know, yeah. Me shot them down then a cross keys. What do you yeah? Then oh are you? Come on, yo, them turn on the kettle quick. But if you start sitting down and going, yo, me I build up me buy some land the other day, don't I saw? Me I build up me yard, me I build up one community centre for the youth them, they'll change the subject on you and tell you about, yo, you never hear my man get run over down the road there. They'll bring the subject to something negative. They don't want to hear your positiveness. So even by when the rest will say, yo, it's not loud, we're not loud with things because we think that loud will make people think that we're being big-headed about what we're doing, but we're really not. We just need to promote what we're on so people are aware of what we're doing and are true. Yeah, man. It's an interest to you can't win in our community. Now, we've got a thing in the community saying, why for that? You know what that is? So, what is now? I've even started saying it's crazy. So, there was a man in a conversation, and he said to the man says, he's open a business, he's doing well, full enough. And the man said to him, I hope that you succeed in what you're doing. And the man in the background go, why for that? So that means yeah, that you can't even say normal stuff to appreciate no one. Hope you succeed in what you're doing, mate. So now, it's like everyone's watching what they say, so that no one in the room goes, why for that? Me there at the grill shop the other day, and I'm standing there, and I tested it, and I said to the man something about, you know when you do my bottom grills, yeah, rare, and I gone, why for that? And the you next to me is gone, yeah, man, yeah, that was a why still, but you spotted it, yeah, I see you spot that the why is still better. Now, that means that if you start talking around people and you say a why for that word, and you don't say it and go, why for that, and notice it, that means you're an idiot. Is that how we're doing it now? Where if you say why for that word, yeah, and then you haven't corrected it yourself, does that mean say you're a funny boy or whatever? What does that mean? What does that mean? Doesn't even mean real. That's just what them do. It's like why people not. Yeah, you see now. You know what it is. It's true. Why is it not really being thingied? And I think that it's only for certain people. I've worked that out. I have no dream to be this big YouTuber like that, yeah? If I don't have that, it's not for that, it's for the people who know. I'm happy just to, if my subscribers was to stay where it is, and I add I'm nearly at 3,000 roughly. And if I just add 3,000 people that are working with that thingy, from that is a platform to grow or whatever the does was open. I'm not chasing to be this thing because if I do that, then it's about money. It's not about the community. I'm on the roads in front of me. Either I start doing content that draws attention and start doing stupidness, yeah? Or doing irrelevant stuff that's got nothing to do with the community, or I stay on my path and to stay on the path. And this path is not the kind of highly desirable path of entertainment. I'm not here to entertain nobody. Me, I talk about my people then. So because I'm not in the entertainment side of it, where I'm trying to be something for you to watch that's just something stupid, yeah, then it's not gonna boss like everyone else's thing. And sometimes I've noticed that realness is in its own lane. Real, you see anything real, you know, really get, especially in these days, people prefer fake now. People prefer our clothes now. I mean, fake designers is trying to almost overtake real now. It's just, you know, like no one's, people drive cars now that look like another car. They'll make a normal S3 look like a RS3 and tell you that it's the real RS3. So yeah, it's like that now. And fake is more. People wear Fiat watches now. People do certain things. Fake is now. It could be coming like the new real. Yeah, fake's the new real. That's why everybody has snitched now. Nobody don't business again. So yeah, I think yeah, I don't have it like that, I'm just happy to be giving what I got to say. There's people listening. Yeah, every day it still grows, but it's just not growing like how other platforms that my subscribers watch have thingy. But I always look at them and say, how long can your content last? Because that means you have to look for a mix up, innit? And then soon there might be a couple of weeks when everyone's behaving themselves. So what you're going to talk about then? You got to start make things up, what a lot of them do. Yeah? Have you noticed? Let me tell you something, people, yeah? I've been so real, yeah, that that I'm now on my 205th video. 205, And I remember when I done my first video and I had no subscribers. To get 1,000 subscribers, yeah, I just thought I'm never going to be able to do that. And then I did it. And then now I'm nearly at 3. And I thought, you know what? All right, fair enough. And then, so it's kind of true. Like, I didn't think that I'd get as far as I already have. So because of that, when I do feel like, my content's not like everyone else's, you know what I feel? Remember that you did start from nothing. You started at 0, yeah? And nobody never know nothing about BadMindtv, yeah? So, and that's what I remember, and I think, you know what? That's where the balance is for me at the end of the day, But I never clickbaited, yeah? So what clickbait is, clickbait is that I do a video talking about Nescafe, for instance. I do a video talking about coffee, and when it show coffee on the thing, and when you press it, I'm talking about PGT. And he said, no, man, this is not what I come here for. I've never done that not once here. I've done no videos just to get attention. Do you know that? Look at all my content's been real. I never tried to skank you. I never tried to trick you. I never tried to put up a picture of something that's got nothing to do with the thing. And they're still like that. But you know something? I'm good. I'm good in my lane still. And I stay in my lane where the real ones come from. That's what lane I'll stay in. Because all the other lanes are the fake lanes. So I can't go in that lane, can I? It's kind of peaked now. I've set my trend. That's what I'm on. Yeah? I've set my trend now, innit? My trend is very real. That's it. Yeah. Oh, there's more comments down here. I didn't see that. YouTube just flagged me for saying why people don't. What? Oh, them flag you. I don't know why. Why people not sharing? I don't see why they would have flagged you for that still. That's not very good, is it? You see? So that means they don't want me forget. They don't want nobody if you tell nobody about me then. I want them. Also, the algorithm as well. You see, like if I was gonna have an effect with my content, yeah, in the right way, the algorithm might all start work against me. So anything, it might start, like that. You never know, because it's down to the algorithm how you boss, It's not that it's because if the algorithm wants you to boss, it will put you on everyone's doorstep, no matter what. It will force people to make sure they know about you. So that's why some, like that. It's a bit like that as well. It's favoritism. It's a bit favoritism-ish, the algorithm. It work with who it want. It boss who it want, boss. It's a bit like the record industry. Some rappers boss and some don't. Yeah, but even though that one was good, but he never bossed like mine, and he wasn't as good. Because the algorithm just want to push for him talk more. That's all it is. Oh no. Then give you a warning. And you're a moderator in here as well, so I don't see why they would do that still. Them. and I put the thing as not for under 18s. I put the thing as for adults as well, so I don't know why they would have done that still. We got the people in the live. If anyone wants to become a member of the channel, feel free to become a member. It costs $1.99, but that's not my fault. But members get extra videos that you don't. So if you want to know certain things about BadMindtv, you might want to watch certain videos that I've just made for members. Certain lives are just for members only. Certain you get members only shout outs as well. So you get shout outs for being a member. So yeah, if anybody wants to become a member, feel free. Yeah, get involved, whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna give out best. Yeah, the show must go on. I'm not gonna like, you know, even, you know, I've noticed with content creators, you see when you're going through little hard times and you're something there, I still have to produce content for you, even when my head's hurting me. You see, I might be going through something on my head, I burn me, you know, and whatever, and I still got to be there for the people. And I think that's something that's probably not for all content creators. Some days you just might not be asked, but you still gotta deliver. You still have to deliver, because you know there's people waiting, even though it might only be a small amount of people. And that's how you know me never bad mind nobody, because it's only, some people might say, oh, BadMindtv ain't got as much as the next man. And then I might think, oh, it's true. And I might walk away from it thinking, oh, but I'm still there, because no matter what, it has to be, be told what needs to be told, innit? And what's said needs to be said. And that's, you know, that's what we're dealing with. That's what it is. That's what it is, you know. So did anybody see this the other day? Let me while we're on certain things, let me just switch up and blend. Did anybody see this? Anybody see that? This man Tracy Morgan, the actor, seen one of his old friends from back in the day. My man said, yo, Tracy, I'm broke and I'm homeless, you know, can you help me? And my man says, no, this is not my fault. Don't look at me like me owe you something. Did anyone see that? Tell me someone saw that. Anyone see it? Yeah, it's not about numbers, it's about context. Yeah, big up for that, Ras Ira. Big up about, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you're in it for that, that means you're in it for money. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're always stressed about, oh, I need more subscribers, that's why you don't see me ask for none. You don't see no videos, you know, Ras, where I've gone, any more, subscribe, like and subscribe, rare. Yeah, you don't see me ask for no subscribe, don't like that. So, for me personally, it's always from the beginning being about the way it is. And that's about for the ones who know and whatever. Yeah. Otherwise, if I start being busy about how much subscribers I've got and how much this I've got, that's when it's about money. And if I do this about money, I might as well stop now, because I'm not for the community. I'm a hypocrite. That's only one or the other. Can't do both. That's why I was gonna do I was gonna do merchandise, yeah. And then I was doing merchandise, and I thought, you know what? Does that seem like I'm doing it for money? Then if I do merchandise, do I have to do it for free? So that, because I don't feel comfortable doing it for money, because then I feel like I'm not for the people, I'm just for money. So it's kind of one of the other one. It make me feel guilty, like I'm not, if I do things and it's for money, I feel like, you're not on what you're meant to be on, which is selfless. If you're gonna be, sometimes, you know what life taught me with this channel? It's the first time, Ras, where I learned about being selfless. This channel taught me that, where it's not about you, it's about the bigger agenda of what you're doing. I learned selflessness, to be not of oneself. And I don't think I've ever been selfless in myself, selfless in my life before this channel. So I learned something in these 13 months, that sometimes when you're doing something, it's not for you, it's for the betterment of what you're doing. Does anyone understand that? I'm a job. Oh, well. So y'all give me employment now then. Yo, y'all give me employment, what we call? Me again? You give me employment, yeah? Do I work for you now then, yeah? All right then. So when's my wages? When we get my wage? Cause if you give me a job, if you get a wage, you know. This is not the slavery. Yeah. John Shepherd, yes. Um, yeah, man. Big up to the people in the live, man. Big up the people, them. You know, so big up the people. Big up the people. So yeah, if yeah, it's one of them, I suppose. Mm. But we're still here. We're still building, man. We're still building for the just to get it out there. I just feel like now I'm starting to. What I want to try and do this year is move into actions now over words. So the best is something that I really want to do. Yeah, I want to try and collab with somebody like that BadMindtv brother. That Bromtown, not BadMindtv, Bromtown. The look light skin brother. I want probably do it because he give out some hats in town the other day, and I thought, you know what, rare. Yeah, and I'm the kind of brother that's kind of ignorant. I don't like to stand up on road talking to people, just chatting to people, and that is not really my cup of tea. So that's something that we call that loose balling. When I stand up on street, there's a hang around. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's like Ras Ira know me. You know, say he's not on yourself. He's not the kind of people you just see a stand around pan road without no cars. You know what I mean? So that is a cause, but it's still, I don't know. It's not. I don't like stand up on the street. There's a stand around. It's not really for me. Can you get him? Yeah. Oh, you know what? You know that I sent him a message. I sent him a message, you know, yesterday, and I said it was a very. I sent it professionally. I've seen you work, blah blah blah, and he's the first person that I've directly reached out to because I thought, you know what, you seem like you go around people. He's done a couple something there. Me see him do a little thing with RA. RA is a friend of mine, so I thought, you know what, you know, you've been around the killing them and whatnot. Me see him, I talked to two gangster up on TV, and I thought, you know something, you seem perfect to work with me on this vest thing. He does. So yeah, if you can get him or let him know that yo, BadMindtV's inboxed you. He hasn't answered it yet, so I don't know. He might not be interested. He might not be interested in. He might not, you know, like that. Whatever. If he want a money, I don't mind giving you money for your talent. But I did say you'll get content from it, innit? By giving out the best, will give him content, so he does get something from the interaction. I'm gonna buy the best, give them to you, kind of thing, and then you kind of, if I'm in the background and you're the kind of one who, yeah, like that. So it's like you give them out on behalf of BadMindtv. It's like that's called a collaboration, innit? Bromtown giving out best with BadMindtv for the community, yeah. And then what I want it done as well is me's from Answorth. So I don't mind stand up on Soul Road and give out this. Me no man go to Answorth College, all the little spots there. But to really go and stand up in other areas, I don't know if, you know, like that. You know, I ain't love like that. Yeah, me's not love like that. So I don't know. They might can get a pass. I'm not buying no touch me car. Me I do something constructive. But, you know, don't really want to take the risk with me liberty. So he might be able to help with certain the areas them. Because I don't just want to stick to one area. It's not fair. So me have to give them out something that the main areas where it seems to have from Northfield, some get give out on Northfield. You know what I mean? You have to go around with this, you know? The mix, yeah? You know what I mean? And now I would like to say this. I have to say that Aston and Newtown, give my channel support. They have given support, which I didn't expect, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I've waved the flag from where we come from, but I've noticed that I do get a lot of support and comments from there that have been positive. If I'm really honest, I've had more support from there than where I'm from when it comes to comments and likes and rare, and them even join me live sometime and say, yo, from Aston, you know, we can join. And I said to them, I didn't come on the internet to be in that kind of postcode rubbish. If I came here for that, I might as well have done internet then and just jump in a little hot car and start driving around and look for, if I was on that, yeah? I didn't come on the internet to promote postcode wars and to promote the filth of the community. I try not to. I might, you know, make mistakes sometimes in my content and, you know, like that, because I'm only human and I come from the Ocre. But I try and keep to the agenda, and part of the agenda is if so many people come in my ear and they're from different posts, because I can't be on here. And I think that Birmingham likes the fact that I'm unbiased. Well, the people say that I am biased, but I've tried to change that and not be so biased, yeah. So, and people have said that that they like the unbiasedness, which shows that Birmingham, there is something to work. You know, I've learned from my channel, anyone who's listening, that you see the gang thing, it's not personal anymore, it's a way of life. In my time it was personal, it's not personal no more. It's a copycat sort of lifestyle. You're just taking on what others dash down. You're taking on a hand-me-down jacket and putting it on. Yeah, that's what badness is now. It's not personal anymore. In a way, it's not personal. It's now a way. It's just something that you choose now as a way of life. And for that reason, that's why I've noticed that I get shouted. We get a shout out where they say, yo, big up from Bings to Grandad's Patties. Do you know how much of an accolade that is? To produce something where you can get shout outs from a side where no really want to deal with you and say, yo, recognize your work, you know, still. We know where, and we know who it is, and we know the work, what you're doing. That touched my soul. And that shows me that the community I think the community can come together. It's just something that we need to do. It could just be one little thing, you know, that just makes me start ignoring each other and can't bother with it no more. Rubbish. If someone needs to do something or say something, it could be one statement that changes, and everyone's thinking, I can't bother with this no more, you know. Can't we have a day where it's called the intermingle day, where man can just walk around in any areas for one day, 24 hours? Can we do that? Eh? Where man can just walk where they've never walked before, yeah? And you don't trouble them for 24 hours, and you can do the same. Like, there might be some youths from Aston, from Answorth, who'd love to go over Aston and see what the back roads are like and walk on certain roads. I mean, I know over there, I'm fortunate. Can we go everywhere? Me unruly. So me know the back roads them and whatever in every area from Answorth to Erdington, me know all them, but some youths don't know, and they might want to just know what over there looks like. They might know Six Ways Island, they might know Witten Road, they might know where the Villa Grown is, but they don't know the inner other areas, the back roads of Newtown. So it'd be good if you could just have one day where everyone can just travel where they want to travel. For the one day. People just bad mind, yeah. People trust BadMindtv, no depot and pull it. Yeah, man, trust me. Big up Ras Ira. That's what I'm saying. I'm not on the foolishness, and I think that's what the community know. That's why, really, you know, say I was in a live 2 days ago, and an Aston man come in my live, you know, wife with that, and him say, yo, he heard me saying that about stand up on the road and go in certain places, and he say, yo, it's like him I try to say, BadMindtv, you're good, you know. You earn your respect already, and you're rare. And man can see where you're doing. It's like you're saying, yo, you don't have to worry about nothing like that. You can stand up anywhere, tall. Yeah? That's what he was basically saying in the texting. And me this, but Tuesday I was talking to people. I couldn't really penny what he was, I couldn't really give it the attention. Big up my man if you're listening right now, because you seem like, you know where me are going with, yeah? And him say, yo, rare. So, I like that because it's kind of like somebody from the community. Like to say, yo, no, sir. Like they didn't want to hear me say that and not say, yo, nah, man, you're good. Stand up anywhere, tall where you are, stand up, brethren. You don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? So obviously there's already been talks over there like to say that way, otherwise he wouldn't be able to say that. Yeah. So all right then, it's something to take on board. Yeah, real talk. People, if we go where, then wash. We go, yeah, for real, man. What's this? You are so refreshing. Thank you. I know. That's why. I know it's refreshing. I know, and that's what it is. I think that's why I continue, because if you, I said to someone the other day, there's thousands of brothers in the UK on social media. America do some talks on the community. They do, but in the UK, I have to say, I think there's me and a brother called and he goes out talking to the youths. Them, he contacts their parents. If they're giving trouble, he goes to them, saying, "Oh, what you doing? I heard you missed school the other day." You know, I would have told you when I was in my badness. You know, me to tell you for f off. Me to tell you, say, "Who's you? You're bad man. All you think you is approach me and talk about, oh, I heard that you missed school the other day." When I was fully and me decided and I chose this is what we're doing. You couldn't come to me and tell me that, oh, Ray. So I don't know what that's gonna cause. That ain't gonna change nothing. That can't change it. They've been doing that since the 90s, trying to tell youths to think, and no one succeeded yet. I am not trying to stop badness. Because me believing I tell you bit, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes if you go on in the right way, if somebody trouble your mother, your sister, things have to go on, just so it go. And that's it. Can't do nothing about that. Yeah? When we got a war in countries, yeah? It doesn't mean that Trump no send two man go array, protect man out time yard, bring him come off him yard and make him go sit down in a cage. Yeah? Trump, nobody never said, oh, that's badness. It's just because when the Englishman does it, or the Caucasian does badness, it's seen as professional. When the poor man does badness, it's seen that's when it's wrong. Poor man nothing do badness. Only rich people can do badness and get away with it, and it's okay. That's what I've noticed. Only world leaders can let off wally per bomb in a one place. Lit down our millions. Company news next day and tell you, say, yeah, we done it, but yo, boy, yeah, man, they had to go. They had to go. But you see, if you go and trouble a one person for the land there, yeah, you gone. It's not fair. Never has been fair that. It's two different laws. You're living by different laws in this place. Different people get different something there. So because we know that, we're trying to we're not trying to bring people together, we're just trying to get some little bit of order, man. Can't we get some order? A little bit, man. Can't we get some order? Can't we get some order? We must get some order, man. Can't we get some order? Just a little bit. You can stop something with a solution. The only solution I had, anyone who's listening who's got power in the community, who is listening who might have a lot of money, they might have some spare money. And that's what we need. You know what we need? I want to invent this year called area codes boxing and scrapping like UFC. So what we do is, yeah, this is my plan. This is one of my plans down the line, because like I said, I'm still building. So yeah, these are plans that I have where I get a boxing ring, and what you do is you put one in every area, and then you bring fighters from another area, or whichever way, you rent a ring anyway. And what you do is you say, you've got beef with this place. Well, their best fighter is one of your ups, and he says he's willing to fight one of your best fighters, so it's called postcode boxing. What that does is it alleviates, yeah, it takes the stress of wanting to end someone's life when you've got respect for boxing them up. Now, what that will also do is, I know in my time, if you was a knocker, anyone remember what the word knocker meant, yeah? Knocker meant you was physical. Nobody can't chat to you. There's certain man from Brum that you couldn't even back out a machine and can just give you one kicking at your jawbone, make you drop pan Brum, or them all drag it out to your hand, yeah? There was a couple physical youths, yeah, that was about this, yeah? Free Palmer Charmer, yeah, whoosh. Certain man that was super physical, that you can't really move to them on a one-to-one. Even if you rush them with 5 man and kick down your ass. There's been coupled, not many. There's a few special ones from the city like that. And I tell you what, right? I noticed that they had a certain respect where them could go anywhere without nothing, because they were so confident of them skin that physical side outbound everything. So what we're saying is, by proving that you're a knocker, yeah, might take the sting off wanting to use weapons, but we have to celebrate it like, yo, it look like that area they are going with things, you know. Them look like they're the champions for the city. Because you know what I'm fed up of? I'm fed up of that we've had gangs going on for years. Song Jingwu Wagwan. We've had gang wars and we ain't got no winners. And I know who the winners are in Birmingham. I'm not going to say on the live because that's not fair. Well, it is fair, but I'm just not going to say. But anyway, you know who the winners are, yeah? And why we're going to go by the winners is the amount of casualties, which is very unfair to do, innit? But to really justify the winners, we have to go off casualties. And there's one area in Birmingham that has a high level of casualties, yeah, from long time. And I don't understand how you can keep being in a war when you done already lost in numbers. It's not fair, because even in football, when you're the Champion League bosses and you have been for how many years, nobody else can't chat to you. End of. Yeah? And even if you might get a little one win here and there, you know, so them man still are the daddy them. They're still are the daddy. Like how Manchester United used to be. Anyone remember how Man U used to be when it was Beckham and Van Nistelrooy and it was Roo in the back? Hey, listen. You couldn't chat to them. Chelsea at the time, when they had Zola, Kasaragi, Peskeske, Ray. Them days was bad boy days. So, but you knew levels. So I'm saying, I think the boxing thing would work, because I'm telling you, man would love to be able to sit there up, punch them up, and have nothing to worry about afterwards. You don't have to worry. You've proved yourself. Then afterwards, we interview the loser and we interview the winner and say, yo, how you feel? Cause you the one get my man 3 years, innit? Now, I would ask you, do you think you would, now that you've done that and you box him up till him dip on the ground, a cover up, and you've done him like that, do you really think in the streets he needs to be passed on? Does he need to go in a box when you've already done that now? He doesn't really need to go in a box anymore, innit? Because you're done showing Wagwan. So he can't see you nowhere and have no chat for you. You could be walking with your family, with your baby mother, and you see him in Star City, but if you just walk with him head down, or come and shake your hand. He might come and shake your hand and say, you know what, mate, yeah, man, you done me, but respect to you. That's what we're looking for, to build a little bit of respect from the band. There used to be a respect in it. That's gone now. It's so frivolous now. It's so frivolous and stupid and no reason to it. You know what I mean? It is a good way. It's the only way I can think of. I'm going to be honest. If anyone else got a big idea, I would go with your idea. But the way I look at it, it's the only way. Creating the community boxing. Tell the council, listen, we've had enough. And we want the go-ahead to do this. We want the go-ahead. And I might have to work with the bishop, man. Work with other community leaders. So you know something. What we're going to do, are you going to keep talking the same old rubbish to them about stop being in gangs? We need to give them some celebration for badness in a controlled environment, so they get to experience badness in the right way, where it's acceptable for me to see you in town and go, yo, me see the way you box up the boy the other day, you know, hey, love that blood. Rather than it has to be a thing, because I know that a lot of the respect what people like myself have earned is from doing bad things. It was never for doing no goodness. If I grew up working for the church, no bad boy ain't gonna really respect me. He might allow me because I'm a good youth and I work for the church, but they're never gonna give me no respect. You still take my Rolex off my wrist. You still try and take my chain off my neck if I bought a new chain or a nice car. You still want to take my girlfriend if I get some good crutches. But call you man a bad boy, you know, so if those things do go, there will be repercussion. No one don't like the idea of having repercussions afterwards. That's why you have to set your precedents. If you don't set your precedents in the ghetto, then you will always be at risk. You can't have nothing nice. Don't have nothing nice. So we get people to earn the respect. Now there might be a little nobody out there, And he likes the bad man lifestyle, but he don't want to be a bad boy, but he can fight. And he goes there. Imagine if we get nobodies in the streets boxing up the rude boy them. What does that do to badness then? That could eliminate it. Because what you've got then is, there might be a man who's in go to church, but he's always wanted to be a scrapper. Now I've built this thing, he contacts us and goes, BadMindtv, I'd like to fight. I ain't from the streets though, so come down and in box up 3 of the greats from there over there, so over here. And man are saying, yo, the man who's a champion for the city right now, yeah. You know who would have been good for this? Barrington. You know, One Eye Barrington, R.I.P. Barrington, he would have been great for that. Yeah? If there's any scrappers listening, yeah? And if anyone's listening and they've got the money to start it directly and do it now, I don't care if anyone ever takes my ideas and does it because I'm for the community. You'll never hear me say, oh, my man took my idea. Nah, I can't do that. I'd be so glad that someone got it done. To be fair, I'd be glad. Yeah? Simple as. You took a weight off my shoulders if you do it. So don't ever think if you hear me talk about something, someone wants to jump up and do it. I am all up for that. Big up to you and God bless you. You hear that? All right. I can never be bad mind, no, like towards people. Yeah, Baz, man. Yeah, come on, man. Hands work, lad, as well. Just saying. Not that it matters, I'm just saying. But don't take me a bias. Yeah, Baza. Yeah, man. Yeah, he was I think I think in this fight for a little bit too long. And the body can only take so much. But yeah, RIP Baz. But yeah, it would have been good for someone like that because, you know, to go with. But there's other. We got any more Bazzies from Birmingham who's kind of known for the scrapping in a good way that we can reach out to? Like we got Edwards, Leon Edwards, or what his name is, the UFC. He'd be someone who'd be good to contact. But them man, there's big eye flyers. They don't want to talk to the poor no more. They don't want to talk to the poor again. You know what I mean? We need someone who's not so famous, who's a scrapper, who's just be a good middleman to, you know, who's got the link for gyms, got the link for, you know, that kind of life. You know? So if anybody knows anyone from them communities, we could have a little chat to people and see what we can do, man, you know? It is a good idea. It is, and I'd like to believe it is. I think, you know what? It's the only idea. You know that I've sat down, sometimes I sit down and I burn my herb. And I sit down and I'm meds things and I'm meds. Oh, when me I sleep, me I'm meds. And the only thing I can think of to really do any justice is that getting them fighting for their code. It's called rep your code, blood. You ain't repping no code, yeah? If you ain't repping it with the boxing thing, if you ain't willing to get in that ring and fight one of your ups, you don't know nobody. The machine thing, yeah, we could all do that. Anyone, even an idiot can bust a gunshot. Anybody can do that. But can you have the tear up? Can you stand on business for your city? Can you stand on business? You know what I like about having a scrap? You know what? Jail taught me that. If you have a scrap here and you lose, you still get respected for having the scrap in the first place. So it doesn't really matter if you win or you lose. That's why it don't matter who you fight in a prison. Just the fact that you're throwing hands earns you respect anyway. So that means that we can bring that into the streets. We need to have something that earns you the respect to us know so you can walk where you're going. Because what I'll be saying is, from you come on this show and you've proved yourself, whether you won or you lost, you still was down to have the tear up. So you have somebody to BadMindtv, you have somebody to the G them, because you still stood on business. Yeah? That's what we have to do. Same as the man that on the wing. It's not fair that you get respect on the wing, but you don't get no respect on the road. Because I've seen man go on fights, yeah? I'll never forget this. I got a story for you. And the man might be listening, you'll know who you are. Yeah? We're there at jail. And I want big you to walk around like him bad. Cause him big. And one of the lads says, I don't like him, you know. I'm gonna offer him out. And we said, you sure about that? Because that's a big opponent that is. And he does fighting and he does a bit of the cage fighting as well. And he's a big unit. You know, do you think that you want to really, you know, better you take something with you And you know, like that, better you take a little shibby with you. Yeah? And he's gone, nah man, I'm gonna stand on business. And they went in the laundry. And when they come out of the laundry, my man's head's bleeding. Yeah? Like he must have used the chair and must have been eating him with the chair, whatever. The man, we call him the underdog. Head blood was a leak all time head when he come out of there. And he cleaned himself up. And you see, after that, that man never said nothing to, even though they beat him up, you know, that man never ever said nothing to him again. Then just walked past each other. He never said nothing to him again. Now, I would assume that because you beat him up, basically, you got the better of him, that you would still be interested in thingy. That's how I know that there's a respect whether you win or you lose. But in the street madness, there's no respect in that kind of level. So we need to bring it in. We have to show them, the ones who have been there already, it's our duty to show them that there's a respect to be earned in how you navigate and move. We're not showing them that. All this walking around going, oh, come on kids, stop doing this. Yo, listen, just shut your mouth, please. Anyone who's doing that, stop getting on my nerves. Stop. Getting on my nerves, you know. Trying to do that. The Michael Jackson Save the World days are done. Free the world and all that. That's done. Yeah? That is done. Please stop. What we have to do, we have to soften the wound. We have to patch up the wound a little bit. Because right now the wound's gushing. So I'm trying to do, if I can get to the position where I can patch up the wound so it not bleed as much. That's all I'm trying to do, you know. I am not out here trying to stop badness. I'm like, are you crazy? If you do what? We got to the people who's like the life. If anybody wants to become a member, feel free to become a member. You get members only videos. Some videos can only be watched by members. Some lives I do are just for members. Where you get to talk to me on a more personal basis because you know that the public isn't in there. Yeah, so yeah, the minimum price of it, I think it's $1.99 or something. I don't make the price, YouTube do. But yeah, nevertheless, if I could do it for free and no one paid, I'd do it for free. Members are highly valued on BadMindtv. So yeah, if you'd like to become a member, the option is there for you. Thanks. That is it. So the boxing thing, is there anybody who thinks that's listening that might be able to help that get off the road? Is there anybody who's listening that might be able, anyone got any link for any gyms? Anybody got any link for any gyms? Anybody got, because what we want to do is, I want to try and get, you see if we could just do it and rent a gym and get, for instance, I don't want to look at it like this, but get a because remember, you might even get a Newtown versus Aston. It doesn't have to be just because you come under the same umbrella. It don't mean that you can't, your best against their best. Yeah? It's like that. It's where you feel yourself for a moment. You feel your code. So that means your code versus something there. So that means between, if there's codes of people now, all right then, Antwerp versus Ladywood, then that would be a good one. Me, I like to see that, to tell you the truth. Can you see, this is entertaining now. Now people, we haven't got to the realness of it now. Because what I would do is I would contact, when it gets a viewing, then it will be cities versus cities. Listen man, it will be cities versus cities then. Birmingham versus Sheffield. London versus Brixton. Birmingham versus Brixton. Birmingham versus Hackney. Yeah? So it's an area in Brum versus your area. It's the area call you out. Now what happens is, Dennis, we could end up with a city that's the done, then an area that's the done. So you got an area, and so you might have Birmingham cities are done, but you might have an area like Liverpool, Toxteth, who won the most area beefs. But then when we're talking city beefs, it might be London who won in the city. So there's different trophies. And what happens is then that trophy gets put in like a thing that get put up. You say, yo, your city run the place in a the physical thing. What it also does, it brings in revenue, because what we can do then is charge people pay-per-view. you have to pay. Either it's only £1 because we work off donation. That money then goes back into the community. So it's a way of earning cash for the community as well, because we're going to charge. You think you're going to watch that for free? Aston versus Answer. Are you crazy? That's box office. Yeah, Russ. You know what? Yeah, definitely. Even if you know where would have been good. You remember the gym above Muscle Factory? Where is it? Just before the Ockley flyover up there. Remember that gym there where our Ryan of them used to have, I think? There's a gym there in it. Muscle something factory art. That little gym that was up there, you remember it? That would be a good one. So that's kind of not too much one place and not too much. It's on the border. That would be a good place. Yeah, that would be good. And it's still up there. It's not a gym no more, I don't think. But the space is still there, I think. I don't think it's been changed to anything else. I don't know. I think someone owns that or something. I don't know if that's in the bigger people, them. I don't know. But that would be a good spot, that would. Because it's not too in the middle. It's on the edges of, yeah. You know, it's not deep in anyone else's code. But I also said what would happen is when you email us and you say, yes, I'd like to fight, we pick you up, bring you to the fight, and then drop you back. So you don't have to get there of your own. You're in a tinted, like a Mercedes Vito. And you're in the back, you get brought in, yeah? Got a little hood over your head, you're walking. So we don't want to beat you up like you feel, so you're beat. Like I said, if you've got ups, I can't stop them running over to you. So then it won't be promoted. We're not going to go, oh, fight is on the 19th at this place. None of that. They meet in secret. The scrap happens. We then live stream it, yeah? Or we record it, then put up the videos from it. That's how the channel get back some revenue. But then the community, you get fame for your win, yeah? So then fight. Then at the end, you don't bring no friends with you. There's no friends. You can't bring no brothers. You can't bring your mother. Is the only person you can bring with you. You can't bring no males. You can only bring females, because that stops man arguing at the end. Man want to jump up and fight and all that rubbish. So you can only bring one female with you, likely to be your mother, responsible adult, yeah? And then you go in there, the two of you scrap it out, or go in a different vehicles and get dropped back to your yard. I eat that. If you need to go A&E afterwards, we drop it to A&E if you're I boss. So I go. You sign a compact to say that you don't mind if you receive any injuries. We are not liable. Yeah, you have took part in this. So if someone licking in your head and you end up a little bit tutus afterwards, we are not to blame, because we would tell the government that they was in the streets with machine and they could have end up unalived anyway. We was trying to save them. It's not our fault that Jimmy all a conk in his head and know him can't, know him eat through straw. That's not our fault. It's not our fault because we were trying to save them. It's not for entertainment, it's to try and save them. And at the same time, we get a little bit of money towards, you know, if we get 1,000, if we get 10,000 views and everybody paid £1, that's 10 grand to watch that fight, which then can be used in the community. It's a good idea, Aras. It's a good idea. Because it can build revenue to go into the community. And I'd like to start paying for youths to go to university. I'd like to start paying for youths. There might be a youth that they want to play the violin. Him like the violin vibe. Him just love a violin. He can't express that in the ghetto because everyone's going to go, oh, there's some Zati man violin and all them things. But yeah, about violin, fam. They're going to try and put you off. But then you can come to BadMindtv and say, yo, they always want to play the cello. I always want to play the cello. I like, look at it. We'll pay for you to do a couple of practice lessons, see how you feel. Then we might buy you a cello now. Book you some lessons, 3 months worth of lessons to go and go learn the cello, yeah? And then, you know, so we're there for the communities individually. We can't work in groups. Somebody go drop down. You can't do nothing in groups with them. Or you can't do nothing in groups. None. We have to deal with them one by one, individually, and we'll get somewhere. I promise. If we deal with them one by one, we'll get somewhere. They just need some attention. Not for these kids, just want some attention. And when they're in a gang, they get attention, you get loads of attention. Somebody always want to ring your phone and find out where you is. What you doing? You coming down here? Coming down there? You know what I mean? Somebody always wants to know where you are. Someone's always interested when you're in a gang. That's so, you know, you get attention. And I think that's what the winner is, you know, a bit of attention. You know, people feel like they're there for you, feel like they love you. They don't love you. He's a commodity. You are a commodity that can be lost tomorrow, and then we'll replace you with another commodity. The more people, the better. I'm trying. I carry this on my shoulders on my own. Me carry this on my shoulders. It's a very heavy weight. And there's been people from me before me. Louis Farrakhan, he's been telling people from black and white TV, yeah, still not Nagwan. Claude Anderson, he's been trying. He said he's been doing this before anything. We don't listen. So I know that you could, but then again, they've been talking, they've wrote books, but there's not been much. I can't say no action, because they would have put money into things like youth things and all that. I wouldn't believe so. So yeah, I'm not going to say that they haven't done anything. I just think that we need things that what I'm on about that help them to be badness, but it's acceptable. It's acceptable. You understand? It's acceptable. Yeah. I also believe that parents should be liable for their children's behavior. The reason why I say that is, if your kids are late for school, you get charged money for that. You take your picking them on holiday, it's 160 a child. If you make them miss the term to go on holiday, yeah? 160. Now, I look at it like this. I think it should be 1,500 quid. If your child commits a crime with that's to do with a gang, violence, or to do with a gang, you should get a fine at least. Or go through court proceedings where you and your picnic can go to jail, you know. Yeah. The minimum sentence is 3 months for a parent. And then whatever the sentence will be for a child. Because at the end of the day, you push that out of your front. Or whatever, the man get involved, whatever, yeah. Parents should be liable to know that you can get in trouble if you create something. Because if you've got a wild dog, say you got a pit bull, and you have a pit bull that like to bite people, and you don't muzzle your dog and it grabs someone on the street, you can lose your dog and you go to jail for that, you know. So why can't we do that with children if we could do it with animals? It's not fair. And a lot of parents bring their kids into the world and show their children badness, what they did. So technically, you can't even win it that way, can you? Because some of them are born into families that are already, everyone's a bad man in the family. Everyone's on badness. So if you're born into a family like that, yeah, that means it's almost like a conveyor belt then. It's a conveyor belt of badness, isn't it? As you born, then you breed a youth, then you're you today, and it's like that. It's a revolving cycle. So if somebody knew, if I was on the road and I knew that my mum could get in trouble if I did certain things, I don't think we'd have done certain things, you know. I'm being honest. If I knew that my mother could go to jail for me to run up in a Lloyd's bank and say, everybody on the floor, where's the money? Yeah? If I knew that my mother would do 3 months for that and then me get the rest of the bird, I say, nah, I can't do that, you know. Do you not think that might force kids some? Unless there's something wrong with you, that's different then. So don't you think that would force kids to say, you know, something, I'm gonna go and get some work, you know, stuff. I'm not gonna make my mum go jail. It's got nothing to do with mama. Suppose mama not well, or mama have a dodgy knee. Mummy's knees are a bit sickly. And you're gonna make mummy go to jail with her funny knee where she have arthritis. Yeah. So there are things we can do, but you have to have the government. And the government like the badness as well, you know. This is what the trick is, a trick. Them like the badness because it keeps the... You know that the government, as I found out, yeah, the government have a deal with the prisons to keep the prisons full. So basically, they made, when the private prisons opened up like Dovegate, Oakwood, they said, if we open these jails, can you guarantee us the customers? The government told them, yes, we can guarantee you the customers. That's why you can get locked up for stupid things now. But what they've done is, what society did, they didn't think that they wouldn't have enough cells for the amount of people being bad. So now the cells are at max capacity. So they're having to let people out to let people in. Yeah, which don't make no sense to me. But at the same time, it just goes to show that they want people to be bad and break the law so that they can keep the cells full and keep their agreement. Now, do you know there's a jail? I think G4S are taking America to court because America has come and tried to give people courses, trying to keep people out of prison. And what that's done is they're trying to keep people out of jail. And what that's done is that means the prison's not making as much money because there's not much prisoners in there. And now they're saying, well, you went back on your agreement with us, yeah? And now they're trying to take them to court for not making so much man go to jail. So you hear that there? Don't you think that sounds like a living piece of bad mind? Yeah, the courts, the government's been took to jail by the prison system because you no longer send us as much prisoners as you used to. You used to have your cells them full up. And now you're doing all these courses, letting them off, rare, and the cells ain't full as much no more. We live by hypocrisy. That's what we live by. We live under the word called hypocrisy. That's our living. You need to get used to that. That's what there's a system of hypocrisy in every corner you turn. You can't, there's no righteousness, it's just hypocrisy. That's why God tell you saying don't like a hypocrite. He said, if I'm sure God said that hypocrite is one of the worst type of people. Imagine that. Big up the people that have entered the live. Big up the people that have entered the live, but big up you all. You get me? Big up all the supporters. Big up my subscribers. Big up my members. Big up my likers. Big up my watchers. Big up my commenters. Big up everybody that gets involved in BadMindtv. Your involvement is appreciated, highly appreciated. So, is there any community leaders from here to London to Liverpool to Scotland to Wales? Get in touch if you've got any kind of power in the community. You work with councils. Do you work with other organizations that deal with you know, whatever? Yeah, you know, get in touch with me if if anyone's listening who does community work, or I know Ras Ira there, but anyone else in the wider diaspora, feel free to get in touch. You know what? I don't know if that guy is here. Who said that they know? Is the person still here that said the new Bromtown? Are you still here? Or you can get hold of him. Is that person still here? Because I didn't get to clarify that. You still here, bro? Oh, miss, I didn't know if it's a man or a woman. You still here? Hey, it would be nice if somebody could tell him to come in. It's late now, actually. It's late. He's probably there in bed. No, but it would be nice if yeah, it's late. If somebody could have told him to come in here, but it is late now, yeah. Obviously, that person must have gone. Oh, that's a shame. Big up to the people that have entered live. If you don't know where you are, this is BadMindtv, a community podcast for the black community, talking about issues and things that are not good for us, that don't have any purpose for us, and that hold us back from becoming a better people collectively. So, or to be recognized to be better. Because I think that I always feel like sometimes being a BLK, being a black man can be a bit of a not an hindrance, but you're seen as less by other cultures as a whole. So you just said, oh, they're black people over there kind of thing. Stay over there. It's very much like that. So it's kind of like an Achilles heel. You know, when like your Achilles heel kind of thing. Is that the thing what, that makes you not the best at something or whatever? It's like, so we need to start doing things, man, to make other cultures say, oh, look what they done. You done just some little things that we can show society that, nah, man, we're good, We're good. We just didn't have a little bit of issues, but we're kind of fixing things. We need that, man. We need something, man. We need something. Some collective togetherness, an action of togetherness. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we need something. Something needs to happen to make us come together. The only thing that ever done that is when we had the riot with the Asian community. That was the only time that we came together that I saw in my lifetime. I think it was 2008 in Lazelle's there, and there was something that happened to the sister, and then the community came out, and that was the first time I ever saw a oneness in us, and that's how I know it does exist. But we have to go through something to make us come together. It's like we have to have a traumatic incident that will make us say, right, we have to stop looking at each other now, something's going on. So do we need something like that to happen for us to put down and know, say, yo, we need each other when it really matters, and the gang codes thing don't matter when it really matters? There's going to be times that come to us, and your little postcode thing don't mean nothing again, when it's served up properly, that. When it's served up to us properly, what we can't handle individual little gangs of 50, and you need 10,000 man, All codes are gonna have to get involved to defend it, and you're gonna have to stand next to your up. Yeah. So, if anybody listening to part of the community, please get involved. If anybody's just joined and don't know what's going on, what the picture is of a church. There's a minister there, and I'm just using that picture as an example to show that all these people in that congregation give money to the church, and usually that man, the man there runs it. Yeah, the man is a pastor, so he sends out everybody to get the money. And what we notice is that that money never gets used towards the community. So because it never really goes towards any use for us, I'm kind of looking and saying, where does the money that we give for offering in churches go to? And how come other cultures don't seem to have that issue where they have to go to worship, you have to have money? No other religious practice does that, what we do. No other religious practice, none. So that's what today, well, I done a video of it yesterday anyway. So if anyone wants to go and look at the video, I'll just recapping just in case anybody wanted to ask me any questions about the video from yesterday. And yeah, we could have cleared them up here today, because sometimes when you do a video, it's one way and you don't get to, you're not really talking to anyone to get another person's view. So it's good to recap on the video just to give people the chance to say something. So if anybody here wants to say something or ask any questions or whatever, feel free. There was somebody who was the person? There was a who's still here from me again? Are you still here? People call me again. Are you still here? One order. Bad Mind TV.